Hey guys, it's Shannon, and it is time for another Coffee at Luke's. Okay, so I got the backward baseball cap going on right now. I don't have anything to drink. I don't have my coffee. I don't have my tea. I don't have nothing. So I thought I'd do the whole backward baseball cap because I was having a bad day and didn't decide to do my hair. I've been wearing a baseball cap all day, but I was like, I need to really film. But I was like, you know what? I could go backwards for my boy Luke. So that's what I decided to do today. So we got the backward baseball cap going on. Okay, enough said. Okay, guys, so we're gonna dive in. We're going to talk episode 9 of season 1, the Rory's dance. Okay, so here we go. We are going to start with the next Netflix synopsis, the way I always do. It says Rory attends her first dance with Dean, but they get home late, causing Emily and Lorelai to fight over Lorelai's mothering skills. There you go. This first aired December of 2000. It was written by our girl Amy Sherman Palladino, and it was directed by Leslie Linka Glatter. Okay, so she actually directs, I think, quite a bit of season 1, if I'm not mistaken. Then I like to always give you the synopsis from the what is this thing called? You guys, I don't know why I forget. I just call it the Bible all the time, but it's the Gilmore Girls Companion, a unauthorized behind-the-scenes look at our beloved TV series by A.S. Berman. I love this book. Everybody should have it if you're a Gilmore Girls fan. It's great. So the synopsis of there, it says Rory's not certain of the nature of her relationship with Dean, though she succeeds in convincing him to take her to her first Chilton dance formal. What begins as a fairy tale evening ends up opening old wounds between Emily and Lorelai and creating a serious rift between Lorelai and Rory. So there we go. That's what's going on. The beginning of the scene opens at Friday night dinner. It's just Lorelai, Emily, and Rory at the dinner. Richard is traveling. This is where they first mention, or they mentioned their trip to Europe, which they first mentioned back in season 1, episode 3. So they do have running themes through this. So I really do like this. You know, they keep mentioning stuff or bringing stuff up, and it kind of really helps with the continuity of the show, and I really like that a lot. So they're talking about their Europe trip. Like I said, we found out Lorelai does not like avocado. I do not know why I felt the need to write that down, but I did. Lorelai does not like avocado. Um, Emily brings up the Chilton newsletter, and I love this, that she gets it, reads it, and can't wait to quiz old Lorelai on it. And of course, Lorelai has not read it because that's not what Lorelai does. She's not somebody who plans ahead. Talks about the Chilton formal that's coming up. Rory decides that she doesn't want to go to this dance because she thinks dances are dumb. Obviously, it's because she's a little nervous. She's never been to a dance. She doesn't know if Dean would like to go with her to this dance, all that kind of stuff. I love that they reference 16 Candles because that dance scene and that is legendary. That's a movie I grew up with. So if you have not seen 16 Candles, stop, go get it. Molly Ringwald, Michael Anthony Hall. You guys love that show so much. So funny. But that's, they do reference that one. And then they're talking, oh, I love it, about where we see Rory and Lane talking, doing the whole boyfriend talk. Is he your boyfriend? Have you had that boyfriend talk to see if where you guys are in the relationship? Are you guys thinking the same way? Are you just hanging out? Are you boyfriend, girlfriend? Blah, blah, blah. And I love that, Rory goes in to ask Dean to take her to this dance, goes into the supermarket where, they've had that first kiss, where, she helped get him the job. So a lot of their relationship stems around this supermarket. And I love that they, that's where she decided to ask him to go to this dance with her. Lorelai making Rory's dress. Yet again, like I said, that is brought up again, how she is a seamstress, or she can make stuff, and, it's all just this thing. You actually see that this person has a real life and she does real things, and it's just not all handed to her. And she buys. She probably, when she first started, when she first had Rory, she had to make a lot of things because she didn't have a lot of money, and then she just continues this. And I love that the dress turned out so beautiful, and that's what I like. It wasn't it didn't look homemade, if you know what I mean. Even Emily didn't know that it was homemade or that Lorelai had made it. And I really like that about this show. I really, really do. I thought that was a great moment. Suki is a walking pharmacist. What the heck? She's got all kinds of crap in that bag. But when you are somebody as accident prone as Suki, you carry an ace bandage and some Percocet with you, I guess. I don't know. Um, you guys, I hate Tristan. I'm sorry. I hate Tristan. I hate Tristan. I hate Tristan. When he's giving Rory crap while she's waiting in line to buy the tickets, I did write down when, when Lorelai or when Rory says, yeah, I like him cheap, sloppy, bald spot, beer gut, the pants that kind of slip down in the back, giving you the good plumber shot. I love that. I love that she doesn't back down to Tristan. She gives it right back to him every time. And, he goes, well, I was actually thinking you'd want to go. And she goes, no, you didn't. You're not, you're not an idiot. Yeah, you're slimy and weaselly, but you're not an idiot. You know I wouldn't go with you. And I love that. Um, Suki spraying, when she went to go spray Rory's hair, she gets it right in her eyes, of course. And that's where we see the beginning of Melissa McCarthy's how she's this comic geniusness. This was way before Bridesmaids. This is way before anything else. Melissa McCarthy was not a household name during this time, but you can see that she's going to become that, and she has that star power. And that scene just cracks me up, and how she sprays it, and she's goofy and walking in stuff. Just love it. You can definitely see that that's that she's coming into her own, and she's going to run with it, and I love it. Rory comes in eating a taco with a bib. That is so my daughter. That is what she would do. Middle of getting ready in this beautiful dress, her hair, her makeup. What she wants? She wants a taco, and I love that. The whole thing about Dean honking the horn, and how Emily wants him to come in and be properly introduced, and just the worlds, how they collide. Here Lorelai is like, all right, bye, have fun, and Emily's like, no, a proper lady does this, and you just see the struggle of them pulling on each side of Rory, and Rory's just in the middle, wanting to make everybody happy, um, you know, and then we see Emily decides to stay and help take care of Lorelai. She has to call the maid, which brings our maid count up to 9. She calls Marta, the maid, to say that she wouldn't be home and to lock up and take care of the house for her. Then we have Emily going through the house looking for the candlesticks that she got Lorelai as a gift. Now, I don't know why she was looking for them, because did she want to bring them out for this intimate candlelit dinner of burritos they're going to have together? I don't know. But she was looking for the Baccarat candlesticks that she got them. And that's when Lorelai has to inform her that she exchanged the candlesticks for something, in her mind, more practical, which is the monkey lamp. A semi-pornographic leering monkey lamp, as Emily calls it. And I want that monkey lamp in my house. I love that monkey lamp. I'm just saying, I think it's great. Then when we're at the dance, we see Madeline and Louise again. And the way that Louise is just flirting with Dean right in front of Rory. And he picks up on it, and I love that, and how he goes behind her, and he's like, no, I'm hers. I'm not even gonna entertain anything you're throwing at me. And I thought that was great. Paris and her date, who happens to turn out to be her cousin. So there you go. Yeah, that were you really surprised? I mean, Paris is definitely, you could tell, oh, her crush on Tristan, though, is real. If you guys saw that. That is so real. She really likes that guy. So we have Paris and her date Jacob show up, who turns out to be her cousin in the end. And I think that was just great. Tristan, though, the way he looks at Rory, when Rory and Dean are out on the field, or when they are out on the dance floor, I think it is, you could tell he is in love with her. I mean, he just looks very longingly and just very romantic eyes. That's the one thing I'll say about Tristan. You can tell he just, he's one of those geeky kind of young kids that just doesn't know how to express it, but you could tell he really likes Rory. But I also definitely don't think that they would be good together, so I'm throwing that out there too. Mashed banana on toast, that has to be the grossest thing I've ever heard. 1, I don't like bananas, but 2, ugh. Mashed banana on toast just looks nasty, sounds nasty. Both the girls thought it was nasty. It was nasty. Then we have when Emily compliments Lorelai on the dress, and the girl was just, you guys, that's what we want. We want to see these little bonding moments between them because it helps to remind us, that they really do love each other and they are mother and daughter, and it's just cute. Uh, but then we're going back to Tristan and Dean getting into the fight almost. Um, I thought that was great. Dean definitely stood up for himself. He stood up for Rory. That's what you expect. That's just the way it is. Lorelai asleep on the couch, and she says, "Thank you, mommy." It was actually one of probably the most beautiful moments, I think, in the series. I love that moment because that's what Emily needed to hear at the time. Lorelai, yes, she was half asleep. Yes, all this kind of stuff. But it came at the exact time that Emily needed to hear it. She's covering up with that blanket. She sweeps that piece of hair away, and you just hear Lorelai. That's all she says is, "Thank you, mommy." And I loved it. That almost brought a tear. I loved it so much. Dean and Rory walking around town. Then they have the talk. Are we boyfriend? Are you my boyfriend? Yes, I'm your boyfriend. If you want me to be, then all right. It's cute. Young love is just cute. It's just cute. I love it. Miss Patty, the old pictures of Liz Torres in there is beautiful. I love it that they did all those and really, help cement you to the characters a little bit, showing the history and stuff. And Liz Torres is just a beautiful woman. She's done so much in her career, and I love all the pictures up in the dance studio. Then we have the book. We always have, and like Rory says, she just always brings a book. I have my husband. He always brings a book. We could go out on a date. There's a book in the car. Anything we do, he has a book with him all the time. So I definitely get that. So the book that was in here was The Portable Dorothy Parker. I actually bought this book after I saw this show a couple years, not right afterwards, but that was a book that I decided to pick up once I started learning more about Dorothy Parker when she's referenced in there. And actually, Amy Sherman Palladino's production company, I believe, is called Dorothy Parker 8 Here or something like that. And I really wanted to know more about Dorothy Parker, so I actually picked up this book. And I'll admit I have not read it all. I was very curious about Dorothy Parker, so I do have that book and I do plan to read it. But she was a phenomenal, writer, and some of the stories in there and stuff. So, like I said, I do need to finish reading the book. I have the book, but I haven't read the book. They fall asleep reading at Miss Patty's, 5:30 in the morning. We see them wake up. But we see Rory running barefoot in the snow all the way home because she's holding her shoes and her purse, and she runs barefoot all the way home. I think that was a little crazy. So, that's all of my notes that I took throughout watching the series. But now I have the few notes from the companion guide here. Louise, this is where they mention how we learn more about Madeline and Louise. Louise leans more towards the slutty friend, and Madeline is sweet but the ditzy friend. And then we have Paris, who's just the smart kind of mean girlfriend right in the middle. So we have that. And then this was a nice little bit of trivia here. When Miss Patty and her yoga class discover Rory and Dean asleep in her studio, check out the woman who says, "Oh my goodness, it's Lorelai's girl." That is actually Amy Sherman Palladino's mom. Her name is Mabon Hughes, which, remember that because I'm going to bring that up later too. But Mabon Hughes is Amy's mom, and that's who says that line in the show. So I thought that was neat how she brought her mom into this. I will say there was not a recipe this time, and as I was going through the book, I've realized that I've actually missed some of the recipes in here. So what I'm thinking is doing a bonus, maybe in the next couple weeks, doing a bonus episode showing some of the ones that I've missed from the episodes that we've already done. So, because I totally forgot, like, there's actually some cocktails in here that should have been already mentioned. There was 1 or 2 recipes that I missed. So I'm thinking of doing a little bonus one for you guys and going through some of the ones that I've missed and just talked about those, and just have like a food kind of episode rather than, just going through it. So 1 week, I think I'll just find, I do plan to, I think what I'm going to do also to help me out a little bit is I'm going to go through this, and I'm actually going to put which episodes they are first mentioned in or they go with, so that way there will be no more missing. There's going to be times that there's like 3 or 4 of these all mentioned at the same time, but yeah, so I have decided that I need to do that for you guys. I've missed some and I failed. I'm so sorry I failed you. So yeah, I will definitely be making some of these and showing you guys the recipes and how I cooked them, and maybe we'll actually, I think that's what I'll do. I'll have a cocktail right on the I'll probably make, I think I've missed like 3 cocktails, so maybe I'll be drinking one and have a couple here, and we can just have we can get down and dirty with the Gilmores as I'm drinking. So be looking for that one, guys. But this was episode 9. Like I said, you guys, I really, really love this show so much. This was actually one of my episodes. A lot happened, and the show really did move forward quite a bit, where we see the Dean and Rory relationship take that big leap of, yes, you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, that kind of thing. It also, with the Emily and Lorelai, it showed so much history, so much bitterness and resentment that is still there, that came flooding out at the very last scene, where you just have Emily and Rory and Lorelai not all together, but we have the Lorelai Rory thing, and then we had the Lorelai Emily thing, and they're just kind of going at it, not really saying the truth and not really saying what they need to say. And I really did love that. I love that Rory stood up for herself when she says, I didn't do anything. This has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the fact that, yes, I messed up, but I messed up when Grandma was here. And I love that, because Lorelai always needs to have it all pulled together when she's around her parents, to show that she doesn't need their help, to show that she made all the right decisions. But you know what? I don't know if she did. That's the thing. She doesn't always have it all together. We'll see that coming up. But she always wants to show her parents that she does, so she can justify her own actions. And that is a big, big thing. So just, like I said, as we move forward, you guys, look back on some of these issues in some of these episodes, and you will see how they keep going and going. And that's one thing about this show, is they don't gloss over anything. Everything comes back around, and that's what I like about it. It's true. It's life. Your mistakes in the past, or your things that you talk about, come back around, and that's what happens here. They don't just say something and then forget about it. So it's definitely a process. So all right, guys, this was episode 9. I will see you in another one. Like I said, I will have a bonus one coming where we talk about some of the recipes that I've already missed. But we just keep going forward, guys. Come on back for Coffee at Luke's next week. Bye-bye.